Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We are here for the second round of the semifinals, and I'm joined with Mealy in the booth. Mealy, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a long day. We are now here tonight. I know I don't know much about either of these teams, but I do know when it comes to Titan League, you're in for a treat regardless.
Yeah, we got the Godfathers, who are still trying to get Sloth and Sandsbar their first org win, and so we're going to see if they can make a championship berth. But on the other end, we got Pinnacle, who's been here plenty of times for Rockerman and his org. But we also have Kratos, who is kind of that player, that dude, that guy that you're going to be looking for on this Pinnacle's team. He was the champion last season. He was the runner-up the season before that. This man has experience being here. He wants to go back to the grand final. Phoenix tried to help him out there, but Xenix does get a great save. On the other end, we have Monster, Logan, Monster, Kratos, and Phoenix, like I said, but Xenix, Zin, and Logan, those three as well, will have something to prove here. Kratos now trying to make a solo play with not a lot of boost, still able to get it past one. Already 30 seconds into this game, and we see Pinnacle starting off with some good shots, some good aggression, but some good passing here from the Godfathers. Almost allows a goal through. Good defense there from Monster. Now Kratos on the counterattack. Doesn't have a teammate. Just puts a little pop shot in there. The defense so far, Mealy, already 3 saves coming out from Godfathers. Now they're trying to get the counterattack, but they've looked good so far, and we're only 45 seconds into this game, but it's been action-packed already.
Action-packed indeed. You can see that both these teams are feeling each other out. As Zen almost able to get a shot in net there. The net was open. Unfortunately, just missed a little bit wide left. But yeah, these teams are both feeling each other out for the first minute here. You can kind of tell they're putting shots on target. It might not be the best shots, the most optimal shots that they can put out there, but they're trying to see, what can stick and, what they can get around the defenders and stuff. I'm guessing probably in the next minute or so, we'll start to see a little bit more branching out, maybe some more team plays, some passing plays, maybe some more solo plays depending on the player. But yeah, either way, I mean, we're starting off hot here. Just about a minute and a half down, still 0-0.
Yeah, both these teams have had good looks and a little bit of team bumps there. Could have cost a first goal to come in, and there it is, as Zin is shooting it right over the head of Monster there. But good finish here, and Godfathers, who have kind of been on the back foot, really put on the pressure there and get this early goal.
Yeah, that was a wonderful shot there by Zen. 70 miles an hour. I feel like I've seen that shot in a training pack multiple times, but I could never get that kind of shot that fast. But yeah, a wonderful shot indeed by Zen there.
Now we got to see if the Pinnacle can answer back, as Zen still watching that ball downfield, but Kratos is able to send it right back, and Monster go for the 50, but Xenix with a really smart pop over him, as Phoenix now looking for a pass over to Crate, but Crate doesn't get the touch, and Monster wasn't in position as Logan gets a long clear. Zin able to pick up a 100 boost, gets bumped for his efforts though, as Phoenix down to his own corner. Zin's still there, past one. Phoenix trying to look for a Monster downfield, but Monster with no boost decided to turn back. Zin off the backboard of Pinnacle. He's going to go over to Phoenix, who's able to send that ball along. Xenix now with a good touch over to Logan. Logan popping that one up for a teammate, but it's going to be Monster first one there. Can he get the follow-up? Xenix already in the air and able to beat him to that ball. Looking for a 50 on Kratos as well. He gets it over to Logan. Logan once again with that long clear. And ping pong starting to ensue, but Phoenix it could just be going in, but no. Xenix gets the save and avoids the demo as well. Beautifully played from Xenix right there, but Monster with a good touch. Zin's a little awkward. A good touch though coming out as Phoenix couldn't get it around him either, and Zin also gets the demo on Kratos. Get it past all 3 members. The shot is there for Xenix. Xenix gets the goal. Logan gets the assist, but Zin did all the effort.
Yeah, wonderful team play here. Zen, like you said, puts the demo on the opponent, and it opens up that space for Xenix to be able to rip a shot close post and just sneaks underneath the defender.
Just barely in, but it is still in, and it's still 2-0 here in favor of the Godfathers, with another good shot coming out from Logan, just wide, however. Phoenix at the good 50, however, that's going to be kind of bouncing in his own half, not what you want to see. Kratos, though, with a good challenge, going to allow that ball to fly far into the other half, as now Pinnacle are looking for their first goal, as Zin gets a good save there on Monster. Kratos in the air can be so dangerous. Gets it past Xenix. That ball falling low. Oh, Logan doesn't get the touch he wants, and Phoenix is able to eat the scraps for breakfast.
Yeah, kind of an unfortunate touch there by Logan. Definitely not the clear he was looking for as he looks like he side flipped a little bit more than the front flip there. Phoenix, though, able to clean that up, and that could be a pivotal goal here.
Would just be as that lead does get cut in half. Minute 40 remaining. Phoenix getting the bump on Zen allows Monster to beat him to that ball. Monster already up for Logan. Lat touch is going to go far, but Zen's already up with Phoenix. Zenix waiting down. Has a little time, passes it over to Logan. Logan gonna pass it over back to Zenix. Zenix with the shot. He played it slow. Logan's there for the follow. Phoenix able to make the save. Monster and Phoenix, really good defense there. Kratos trying to get the clear out now. Logan and Zen are in his way as Phoenix gets bumped by his own teammate. Doesn't have any boost to work with, and Pinnacle just trying to find a way to score a goal. Trying to find a way to break through. Monster off the sidewall. Gets the good double, but Zenix is on the backboard waiting. Doesn't get the touch, though. That ball floats high. Guess who's up there? It's Phoenix. Down to Kratos. Kratos with the shot. Boom! No, it's Logan. Monster, can you put it away? He can.
Wow, Flip. I thought that first shot was in. I think you did as well. What a wonderful first attempt save that Logan had. Monster, they're able to clean it up, though, thankfully, for Pinnacle there to end up tying the game with just 1 minute left.
Pinnacle staying alive. They are not letting this game one slip away that easily. They have actually kind of put on just so much more pressure than the Godfathers so far. That is just the 6th shot for the Godfathers compared to the 11 of Pinnacles. But right now, it seems like Pinnacle's in control, but these shots of Godfathers have been so dangerous. Another one coming out there from Zenix. Logan gets the beat onto Kratos. Monster still on the backboard, though, as Zen now looking for another pass through, but Phoenix's touch isn't great, but Zen saves his teammate's shot. That one definitely would have been a goal, but Zen could not get out of the way. Now Kratos looking for the pass around Logan, not going to get there. Monster off the corner, looking for the double touch, but a great clear there from Zen, but it's only as far as Phoenix, who pops it up high. Zenix trying to meet him in the air, but just a touch to the corner instead as Monster is going to get it out to Kratos. Kratos with the shot. That is in! Kratos! Nobody thought that one was going in on the side of Godfathers, but he sneaks it through.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure this was going to go in either. It wasn't the hardest shot, and it looked like there were multiple players for the Godfathers in position to make a save. Just maybe there was a miscue there, and maybe they all thought that each other were going to go. But regardless, Pinnacle scores the go-ahead goal here with only 10 seconds left.
3 seconds remaining. They got to make one last play, and he can do it from Zen to the backboard. The shot, not going to go through. Logan hit the crossbar. Could have been beautiful, but instead Pinnacle remain on top.
Oh, yeah. I was oh my goodness. I thought that was going to be in too, to be honest. It was a close one. I think it was a shot off the crossbar, just barely, unfortunately. Not enough, though.
Just barely not enough, and Pinnacle walking away. They were down a lot of this game here, Mealy, but they showed a good resolve and good perseverance, and honestly persistence as well. Their offense, super annoying to play against. I mean, they had so many shots that game. Godfather's defense, though, just as persistent. I'm pretty sure they had about 10 saves in that game, so their defense was really stout, but the better offense won this time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know we're talking about some of the best in Nemesis and some of the best even players to play this game, right? But I feel like I always got to ask this question when we're talking about playoffs, and especially the semifinals too. I mean, do you think there's any nerves? I know, like, this game might not be officially live. Don't know if that's known or not, but regardless, I feel like there's definitely nerves that are going to be settling here when it comes to a semifinals, right?
Yeah, no, whenever you play in the playoffs like this, there's always like that little bit of tension, a little bit of nerves. And if there's not, that means you don't really care, But these players, they all have a foot in it. They all want to win. They all have enough competitive drive to win a game no matter what the stakes are. But a semifinal, you can feel it just that little bit more. So we will see who's able to calm those nerves, able to conquer those nerves and come out on top. Last time, it was Pinnacle coming back down 2-0, able to win that game 3-2. Now they're looking to do a little bit better at the start, but that shot could have gone in from Godfathers, but Phoenix is now on the counterattack. That ball launched to the backboard, but Logan was there waiting. Now a long clear down to Zen. Zen not going to get the touch, so it's going to be Monster. Monster looking for a teammate in the midfield, and she's just going to find Zenix. Phoenix, though, does get a touch on it, as now Zen going for the flip reset, gets past one. No, Kratos patiently on the back wall, able to get that stop. Now that ball launched high. Nobody from Pinnacle is going to be there. It's going to be Zen who is racing back. That gets there first. Now he's able to get the long clear. Kratos has to race back. Is he able to get there? No! Zane from one end of the field to the other, able to get the first goal here for Godfathers.
Yeah, it's a little bit interesting here now, Flip. I feel like there's been a couple of these types of goals that ended up going in. Now, I know Kratos didn't really have any boost there, but it's just like, I don't know if they're just finding opportunities and barely getting it there in time, or if it's miscues on the defensive end for these teams. Either way, though, 1 goal lead now for Godfathers.
They did have a goal lead. That is a really good shot there from Phoenix. That was a good pass as well from Kratos, but the speed from Phoenix there, really impressive. Getting it past the 2 goal line defenders as well. Really impressive there, Mealy. But really quick answer as well from Pinnacle.
Very, very quick answer. And if you want to be honest, we're only 1 minute into this game. I expect at least another 2 to 3 goals that could be scored here, as there's an opportunity for Godfathers. Unfortunately, though, for them, saved away by Pinnacle. But yeah, I wanted to ask a question to you, Flip. I feel like, and I feel like maybe you would know a little bit more as you are a rivalry player, and a little bit better than especially me. But I feel like I'm not seeing too much center field control. You know, it's been a little bit of ping pong, and it's just been a little bit of just like even control in the midfield. What could either of these teams do to either take control of the midfield or even just create space for their teammates?
You know, right now in this kind of game, both these teams, they know how mechanically gifted each other are, and so they play with a lot of respect. And that allows, you have to have your third man super far back. But whenever one of those teams stops losing that respect, they can either get punished for it, or they're going to be the ones scoring all those shots, as now it seems like the Pinnacle team is the one that's kind of taking control of that midfield. But it all starts with the boost. As long as one team has boost, you cannot overextend. And Monster here with 28 boost, looking for the 50. He gets the pop over one. Zing with the save, though. Monster seemed to lose control there a little bit, but still, Pinnacle staying on the offensive end. Logan has to clear it to his own side. And this is kind of that midfield pressure you were talking about. They're able to keep it in play for a while, but both these teams are just so good, Mealy, that if you overextend just a little bit on the halfway mark, it's going to go in your net like you saw with Zen's long goal. So both these teams want to be cautious of that, as now Kratos is the one with the long shot. Zen just getting the save. Logan, not sure what seems to be happening to him, but does not seem that Godfathers have all their players available. Pinnacle trying to capitalize here. Monster with the demo. Zen a little awkward. Kratos trying to find a pass as Logan gets DC. That one could be fatal. Monster putting it away, and a crucial disconnect here in the semifinals. Not what you want to see.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate for the Godfathers here. Obviously, there's not much you can do in a 2v3 scenario. Eventually, you're going to run out of boost, and eventually the 3 versus 2 concept is just going to take over.
I will say, Pinnacle probably don't want to win like this, but at the same time, they can win whatever way they need to. They want to find their way to the grand finals. They're looking to do it here. Phoenix going for the double, not going to go through. Could have been a way to extend this lead, because Logan is able to join back whenever he is able to. So if that does happen, that is, he's allowed to join back to make it a 3v3 again, but if you're Pinnacle, you want to get as big of a lead as possible. And if you are Godfathers, you're looking to hang on for dear life. Pinnacle now trying to find a pass mid. Zen not a lot of boost. He doesn't need it though to save that shot. Monster though looking for the flick, and it is a beautiful one. As now the lead extends to 2, and with a minute and a half remaining, it gets more and more unlikely for them to win this game number 2.
Yeah, again, that disconnect is just so brutal, as you're only playing with 2 players and you're fighting for boost against 3 to 4 other players as well. It looks like at that point there's just nothing else that the defender could do. Now, like you said, I mean, up 2 now. Obviously, don't want to let loose just in case Logan is able to join back. But even then, this game is pretty critical for Pinnacle, because I'm short-term memory loss here, but didn't they win the first game?
And they did. So,
yeah.
Going up so pretty huge. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, going up 2-0, it's looking like it might be more and more like that as Kratos puts the goal in the net, or ball in the net there to give him a 3-goal lead. But yeah, going up 2 games to 0, especially in the semifinals match, you could be looking to have to dig yourself out of a hole.
Yeah. So you don't want to be down 2-0, but that's kind of what it's looking like here for the Godfathers. But they gotta buy time for Logan to get back, and looks like they might be just letting this one try to run out. But it does look like both these teams, they kind of understand what's at stake here. If you're down, if you're going up 2-0 for Pinnacle, you're happy about it. Obviously, they probably don't want to win like this, but at the same time, they realize it's playoffs. You only get one shot at this thing, and they want to make it count. Now, can the Godfathers rebound? We've seen them score first every time so far, Mealy. And this game is over, but like going forward, do you think that they call a timeout, try to figure out some things? They had that timeout to maybe try to buy Logan some more time to get back, but they got to figure out something to kind of just score more goals on the offensive end, because it feels like it's been all Pinnacle pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it also kind of depends, like you said, on Logan's situation. If Logan needs more time, then absolutely I'd be calling a timeout, because I wouldn't want to play another game without him. With that said, though, I mean, you got to remember that it is a technically best of 7. If they are able to get a game back, or one or two games back, maybe you want to potentially save that timeout. Maybe you don't want to necessarily use it right this moment. Regardless, so I'm sure the captain of that team knows exactly what their plan is. It looks like we do have confirmation that Logan's PC, quote unquote, died, and that he will be coming back. So hopefully he's able to get back here within the next minute, so they don't have to use their timeout. But to answer your question, though, I feel like you kind of alluded to it a little bit. Like, Godfathers they're doing good at the beginning of the game. They're scoring first. They're putting up decent pressure. I just feel like they're not finishing these games, how they need to in order to actually be able to win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Like, obviously, this game is kind of like an anomaly. Going to 2v3 is definitely not what you want to see, especially because there was still about 2 minutes left, if I remember correctly. And that also is what kind of allowed them to break open the lead to 2-1. And so it's kind of weird. This game was a little different, a little bit hard to watch and see what happened. But at the same time, it was 1-1 for a while with Logan in there. Their single mechanics were good. Like, they were able to do some the flip resets. They were able to do a lot of things, but the team plays didn't seem to quite be there, Mealy. So you would like to see maybe them start to incorporate each other a little bit more. But either way, either one of these teams, they're able to step it up. And I've seen this Godfathers team, they were putting on a very strong performance at the beginning of the season. So I kind of want to see if they're able to make that comeback and start that now. But so far, it's been Monster, Kratos, and Phoenix kind of just all over them. And even in that comeback that they had, they were down 0-2. They came back with 3 straight goals. I mean, since then, it's been a 7-1 kind of scoring differential. So, it's just looking like Pinnacle is just getting better and better as the series goes on. And Godfathers, they got to find a way to slow them down. If it's demos, if it is finding each other in the passing plays, I'm really not sure, but they've got to find a way to stop the bleeding pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, who knows? Maybe this disconnect, albeit made them not really have a chance much in game 2. Could play a little bit of a psychological game here and maybe actually slow down Pinnacle without actually using a timeout. So who knows what's actually going to happen here? Yeah. You did say too that Pinnacle, is playing very, very well, as a team, and they've been making those infield passes and being there for each other. Like you said, I also would like to see Godfather start to do that more and incorporate each other more. They're doing all right with solo mechanics, but they're not able to finish the play. They're not able to capitalize on them. So if they can find a way to play off each other a little bit more, then I feel like we'll be able to see a little bit more offensive success.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, I saw a couple times Zen specifically. He's able to do a lot on the ball, and he had a couple opportunities, it felt like, to pass the ball mid, maybe dribble around one guy, then pass the ball. But it felt like he was going for an air dribble, going for a flip reset, trying to do it all himself. And I know he's a good player. I mean, I've known that he's been good. He used to be, I'm not sure if he was Chally, but I know he was down there in the ranks. Kratos as well, down there in Chally. These players, we've seen them kind of grow in Nemesis. And so kind of crazy watching them, how they've progressed. And so if they're able to kind of focus that into, more team plays, Kratos, he's been kind of the outlier. I feel like he's been a little bit more solo heavy on the Pinnacle team. Monster and Phoenix have been passing it around a lot. If I want to see Kratos and I want to see Zen kind of pop off, because I know those two, they've been here for a while and they've really shot up through the ranks. And now that they're like max MMR, like I want to see these guys perform. And I'm just ready to see some good Rocket League, because that's what Titan League always provides. I just hope this 2-0. If Godfathers, I need them to bring it back, because I don't know if you saw the last Titan series, man, but that was one of the best Titan series I've ever watched. It was on Monday, and oh man, best of 7 overtimes. Oh, it was beautiful. And so hopefully we're able to get something like that here. That's kind of what we are looking for. I just want to see some good Rocket League at this point. I don't care who wins, but I just want to see some good Rocket League. I don't want to see any more disconnects, man. That's just no fun.
For real, absolutely. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to actually watch that series on Monday, as I had to, help a couple of them prepare for their own series. But I did hear a lot about it, and I heard that that best of 7 or that game 7 was absolutely insane. Who knows? I mean, like I said, when it comes to Titan League, like anybody can beat anybody, and we've seen these players for seasons, heck, even years now at this point. And then bringing up Kratos, I feel like I've known him now for over like 2-3 years. They're Nemesis staples at this point. But yeah, like they're all able to win, a series like this. Godfathers are perfectly capable of, getting these 2 games back here and putting it to another game 7. Hopefully, if Logan comes back, I know we have, rules for a reason here, and I can't remember exactly what the time, table is here, or if we're, just gonna allow him to take as much time as he needs, obviously, because it's the playoffs. Either way, I'm not against it. If anybody has any information backstage, that would be awesome to be able to relay. But yeah, I also want to see some awesome Rocket League.
Yeah, I think it was a 7. Like he had 7 minutes, for the to come back. Yeah, to come back from the DC. So 7 minutes. He should be back pretty soon. We just gotta hope he is able to get back. I know he's on Discord. He is perfect.
Awesome.
Rocket League is what we heard. So that's what we like to see. We want to see him back. He is kind of that staple for the Godfathers, and without him, it's just not the same. So we are ready to get this action underway. Whenever he joins back up, it should be just a couple more minutes. But Mealy, we've seen, Pinnacle go 2-0 up. Now, do you think, I want to hear your prediction, man. Do you think the Godfathers have what it takes to bring it back? Maybe looking, if they can force 2-2, then it's Forbidden Temple, then anything can happen,
Oh, no. I prefer if you don't put it on me. I don't want to be the one that gets attacked for this. But no, if I had to make a prediction, I do think Godfathers are going to get 2 games back. Whether they're going to be right now and to force it, into kind of what would be like a little best of 3, technically. Yeah. I don't know, or if maybe they're going to win one, Pinnacle takes another, and then Godfathers takes another 1 or 2. But either way, this is definitely going to be a battle. It's an unfinished battle. And who knows, maybe that little bit of, Logan's PC dying might actually work in his favor. But who knows? Maybe he'll come back an even crazier player, even though he's already an insane player. But with that said, he is back. We are now getting started here. They are joining the lobby in this critical game 3, especially if you are Godfathers.
Godfathers now needed maybe some ping issues here with Logan, but looks like they are ready, and that's what matters. They're needing this game. Going down 0-3 feels real bad, right? And so you definitely want to be able to, not have to be put in a reverse sweep type of situation. Got to see if they're going to be able to get that started now. As Zen able to get it past one, has that ball on the wall. Good wall dash there, trying to get it past another, but nobody in the midfield as Monster clears it to the sidewall. As Kratos now, he's there, trying to get it past Xenix, not able to. Xenix flew from the ground to the ceiling, back straight to the ground, but now it's the counter attack. Xenix pre-jumps Zen's pass, but Monster had that one read all the way, and then demos Monster, so Logan's able to get a free clear, but Phoenix is gonna be able to tap that one down. Xenix able to follow it into the corner, leaves that one Phoenix and I believe, yeah, Zen collide for that 50 as now Phoenix once again stand on that ball looking for those passes as Zen's able to put a shot on. A good shot it was, but not good enough as Phoenix was able to make the save, able to get the clear as well. Monster decides not to jump for that one as Zen's touch to Logan doesn't go through. Logan, not a great touch there. Monster getting around one, trying to find a teammate, but Zen's the one that's going to be able to clear it. But Phoenix from the sidewall able to get a touch on it. A double commit here from Pinnacle. Kratos can get back to this ball. No, just not able to as Monster with 0 boost takes this one to the sidewall, gets bumped, and Logan's able to get the clear. We're already a minute and a half in. Not a quick goal coming out from either of these teams, but both these teams, it feels like we're kind of at the start of the series again here, Mealy. They're kind of poking and prodding, seeing if they can get anything to fall.
I was just about to say that, actually. You know, whenever you have a delay like we just had, waiting for Logan to come back, both teams, not even, you know, just the Godfathers, but both teams have to kind of go back to, like you said, to that first moment where they started playing and kind of feel each other out. Even though, you know, some players were, you know, like leaving the lobby to go, you know, stay warm or as warm as they could in free play. But even then, I mean, they have to kind of, like I said, restart, refeel each other out. It's kind of picked up now as we're, you know, crossing the 2-minute mark, and we're seeing some shots go on target, and they're starting to, you know, all speed up. But I will say something I want to see more, and something I think could actually be of huge benefit, is if either of these teams start to be more physical. And I was just going to say that as Phoenix gets a bump on the last defender back. Or no, Kratos gets a bump on Xenix as the last defender back, and Phoenix able to shoot a wide open net.
Yeah, and right before that, it felt like Kratos was the one kind of hunting. Zen had to pop that ball up high, but Kratos forced him to jump early because he was threatening the bump, and then he was able to get a follow-up touch and then go for another bump. That man just being an absolute menace. Zen repays him the favor, though, as Phoenix gets demoed now, as Kratos trying to race Xenix to that ball. Zen up in the air to the back wall. Monster pops it up for a teammate. Kratos is the one there. That ball off the sidewall. Logan doesn't have a great read on it, so Phoenix is going to have a free clear. Phoenix trying to get a follow-up to the sidewall. Xenix is there, but gets dunked by Phoenix. Phoenix going to get beat out by Zen, who popped that ball up high. Kratos is the one to follow it, though. Logan on the back wall waiting for that double. Kratos gonna get up by him. Monster with a good 50 though. Xenix over to Zen. Zen to the back wall. But Phoenix, the backboard defense from both these teams has been stellar so far. Phoenix dribbles it around his own teammate, but it also gets around 2 of the Godfathers members. Kratos now looking for a pass, trying to see if he can get any, but leaves that one for Phoenix instead. No touch there from Zen could be super dangerous, but both these teams play with so much respect for each other that nobody expected that ball to get through. Now Phoenix touch, not a great one. Could be a mistake to capitalize on here. Zen now to the sidewall, but Phoenix is going to have a free touch. Can he get a follow-up? No, it's going to be Kratos getting that long clear. Minute and a half remaining. Godfathers need to find a way to get some offense going. A good 50 like that could definitely jumpstart things as Monster racing back downfield. Zen towards the midfield. Logan side flips in Kratos demos Xenix. So nobody was there in for the pass. That ball does float high though, as Logan's already up. That one off the backboard. Xenix not able to get the touch. Zen though looking for a long clear. Kratos already back once again. These players rotate so quickly. They are always back on defense in time. Logan trying to find a way through. No, it's gonna get launched once again, buying more time for this Pinnacles team. And Godfathers, they gotta be feeling really desperate here, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to say the Godfather actually putting up some incredible. I don't know what just happened. It looks like Monster just stopped moving. I don't know if it was, you know, he just thought there was a ball he couldn't get to, but it looked like he had some boot.
Oh no!
An unfortunate backflip comes out. Hey, this just goes to show that even the best players backflip at times. It's all right. It's a mistake. It happens, but that is the mistake that Godfathers were waiting for to be able to capitalize on. We have a game yet again.
That backflip minus 1,000 aura from Monster. That's crazy. Nah, he definitely knows what he did wrong, and you know, standing still after a mistake like that. I know the feeling. But now he's trying to redeem himself. He doesn't get the flip reset. Xenix almost got bumped though, so he might not have needed it, but the bump did not make full contact. Monster though with a good 50 on 2 members of Godfathers, and that ball to the sidewall. Monster's gonna try to drop it down over to Kratos. A save though coming from Logan. Doesn't get points for it, but that man definitely just saved a goal. Now Zen looking for the shot. The demo from Logan. He restarts his PC and he makes plays on both ends of the field.
Absolutely, that's that physicality that I was talking about. Who was it? Pinnacle did it once. The Godfathers repaid the favor, and that's actually a super important goal. As now they take the lead with only 16 seconds left. If they can close out this game, that just puts them one game closer.
It's so hard to close out a game like this, though, especially when you have Kratos screaming across. He couldn't get the shot on. Phoenix was bumping everybody. Logan now to the midfield. Kratos, can you keep it alive? He can for a little longer. That ball still up in the air. Phoenix now to the side, back wall. That's a great 50, a great double mid, but nobody was there. And if Godfathers are able to win this game like that, you know, Pinnacle, they had good opportunities, but the Godfathers, they're able to come back like that. You know, that inspires a whole lot of confidence in this series for them going forward.
Yeah, after 3 games now, it kind of seems like both teams have kind of figured out what they have to do in order to, you know, get some goals and take a game on the other. Like I was saying before, you know, with the physicality, it seems like it's been working for both teams, and I just don't want to see them abandon that. And I feel like sometimes you know, when you look at the highest level players, they'll tend to, you know, I don't know if they think it's cringeworthy or whatnot, but like it works. And honestly, like in a semifinals match, like I'd be demoing, you know, like I don't care at that point.
Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. But Godfathers were the ones that were able to make enough happen. Obviously, Monster kicking himself for that backflip, but at the same time, you know, Godfathers, they gave Pinnacle a couple chances late as well. Kratos wasn't able to connect on one, and Phoenix had another beautiful double that I think Monster just wasn't expecting. So, you know, you had those great opportunities. If Pinnacle just put a little bit more faith, you know, in each other, I think could have maybe pulled off a miracle, but instead it's 2-1 now. Godfathers won that last game, looking to ride that momentum here into game number 4. Let's see if they can get it done here. That kickoff, though, already in favor of Pinnacle, and Kratos gets another dunk, but Xenix now going for the counterattack, pops that ball up high, but Monster had him red. That ball looming. Great speed there from Kratos to get the beat. Phoenix with the shots. Doesn't have the boost to make it count, but Monster to the backboard. Xenix able to get back, though, off the back wall. Logan now pops that ball up high. Doesn't have any boost to follow, so Kratos' touch is going to be able to follow it up as well. Zen pops that ball up high. Not a whole lot of speed on that one. Does get a flip reset over Monster, though. And Xenix 1v1 versus Crate, but Crate wins that one. Phoenix was waiting downfield, but that ball just a little slows in. Gets a demo, buys his team some time. Logan now going for an air dribble, looking for a 50. Gets a great dunk. Phoenix barely in time after just respawning. Also gets demoed again. Phoenix now with a great 50 as well off the backboard. Oh, no shot from Kratos. That ball just going a little too fast, but we're seeing a lot more physicality so far already, Mealy. I think the teams realize, hey, we know what's working, and they're starting to use it, although both teams yet to score here in game 4.
Yeah, absolutely. And Flip, I just feel like it's a matter of time.
I hate this game. It's stupid.
Right on cue, as always, Zen reading his own redirect off the wall, or less of a redirect, but own self-pass off the sidewall. Just kind of put it easily into the net. There's really no defender back. But hey, that is the break that Godfathers have been looking for. You know, they're riding this momentum high. You know, they win that last game. You know, they're just going to score first like they have been, like we have been seeing the other games. Now the question remains the same though, Flip. Can they hold on to this lead this time?
Hey, they're able to score it, you know. As long as we pass it to each other, we're going to see a couple more goals. You know, that's just how casting works, apparently. And I think it was just a missed touch on the end of Pinnacle. I mean, obviously, the dunk did come through as well, but Zen, you know, he's obviously such a great playmaker whenever it comes to those solo plays. Now, Pinnacle trying to find a way through. We saw Godfathers go up 2-0 in game number 1, and Pinnacle found their way back, but Pinnacle really not having, you know, any life so far this game. Only one shot for them, as Monster trying to make it a second. That double off the ceiling is going to set up Kratos for that shot. Xenix's save was gonna just not good enough, and Mealy, looks like we have a goal where I didn't try to pass it to you.
Yeah, it kind of looked like both Xenix and Logan were going to go for that secondary save there on Kratos' shot. Because they decided to do that, though, they kind of left the third man back in kind of a pickle there, not able to turn around and get a save as well. Hey, I mean, that's exactly what Pinnacle needed. And like we've been saying, like, this game's going to keep going back and forth. And you can never, ever count Pinnacle out. They've shown so much promise throughout all these games where they've been down, alluding back to, that first game, like we said, they were down 2-0 with almost the same amount of time, if I recall right, too. But yeah, we're not even halfway through this game 4, and there's definitely going to be a lot more action. I can feel it.
Yeah, and Zen's touch is not going to help his team out that much, but great 50 is going to make up for it, as now he's able to get another one over, and Zen doing Zen things. Wow, what a goal.
Yeah, I didn't even get to watch too much of it, so I'm going to watch it. Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, what a great double tap off the ceiling by Zen there. I personally wouldn't stop that. That'd go in 10 out of 10 times if I was sitting in that. But either way, the Godfathers do what they need to do to extend this lead back up to 2. Oh my goodness.
And they're going to make it 3 as Zen claims that hat trick. And Mealy, you just can't stop talking until the ball goes in the net, apparently, because, every time, it's just a curse. But there's still 2.5 minutes left. So, Mealy, it's 4-1. How many goals are you thinking this game?
In total, let's see, we already have 5. I'm expecting at least another 2 more.
All right, well, there's 1. Okay, I'm gonna let you try again, Mealy. How many goals are we thinking this game? Because right now it seems like Godfathers are scoring at will.
Hey, to be fair, I did say at least 2 more, but now I'll give a definitive answer. Let's say there's 6 now, half a game left to go. There's gonna be 9 total.
I'm shooting for 10, baby. That's what I'm gonna need. Logan gonna go to demo. Actually, he's gonna get demo, but he still bumps Kratos. Monster able to get back in time. Let's see if these teams can start cleaning up the defense a little bit. That ball could be rolling super dangerously, but not on targets just quite. But Zen's still able to make a great pass, and boom, there's another one as Xenix puts that one away. Zen, who has almost 100% goal participation, gets another assist here.
Yeah, Godfathers go from Logan disconnecting and losing a 2v3 scenario down 2 goals to quite literally about to Brazil. The Pinnacle team here. This is insane. Oh my, I thought it, no way.
You said about to Brazil? Mealy, you underestimate this team. They're going to give up so many kickoff goals. This is the 3rd one for Godfathers just this game alone. And Pinnacle, I hope they know they have a timeout to use after this, because they need it 100%. They need to do it. And I'm going to pass it to you here because I expect a kickoff goal. And every time I do that, it's going to happen. Oh, it's going to be Zen. Oh, okay, not quite, but this Pinnacle team, they gotta find an answer. They gotta stop the bleeding, and then I think they gotta call a timeout, because I don't know what's going on, but it's absolute disgusting to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely. Down 6 goals, especially with 2 minutes left. I mean, I don't care how good you are. If you're down 6 goals, at some point I might just be thinking, hey, let's just get to next game. Let's try to maybe build some momentum and maybe wear them down. Maybe call a timeout, like you said, and we're going to see the 9th goal. Under my prediction, there will be no more goals scored in the last minute and a half. According to your prediction, there's only going to be 1 more. But man, we're probably going to see another 3, let's be honest.
Yeah, at this rate, I would be surprised if, I don't know what the goal record is for a single team.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, Godfathers, they're going for it. Maybe goals in a single game, I don't know, but we're going for it here in this semifinal. As a great drop down pass, not going to go through. Phoenix to the back wall. Can he get the double? He can. Wow. Great maneuvering of his body right there. Able to get that one away. And we're at the 10 goal mark. And I don't think we're stopping here.
The 10 goal mark, like you said, this was your prediction. Minute 15 seconds left. That's a lot of time for 1 more goal. If you want my honest opinion, I feel like it's going to go over again. And if I had to guess, it would probably be the Godfathers as well. But yeah, if you're Pinnacle, you gotta, take the rest of this game to try to maybe find a way to exploit whatever the Godfather is gonna leave open. Either that or just have fun with this last minute, and ride to the next game with good vibes.
Good vibes are always important. We see the Godfather team going for some free jump passing plays now, but they kind of understand that they've won this one. That ball, it can go into the net 6 more times before we have it overtime, and that ball has to go into the pit, in the Godfathers net 6 more times at that. So it might be tough for an OT here, especially with only 30 seconds left. This game pretty much all set in stone. 2-2, gonna be a nice way. I said Forbidden Temple 2-2. Anything can happen. We're guaranteed a game 6. We're hoping a game 7 because these two Titan teams, they're obviously so close. But right now, Godfathers just seem to be a step ahead. Let's see if Pinnacle, in this game 5, Mealy, they're gonna have to find an answer because right now it is all Godfathers.
Yeah, I was about to say we might see that goal 11. Unfortunately, we do not. So your prediction was correct. I will bow down to you. That was, in fact, incredible. I do have a question that I've been thinking of throughout the, I guess, absolute offensive slaughter that just occurred there. We kind of talked about it, right? How we have a 2-2 game or a 2-2 series now, right? And I mentioned it a couple of games ago that, it's pretty much a best of 3. Now, as someone who is a, mental performance guy, right? Like, I love looking at the mental aspects of games and helping people out and stuff. So I kind of want to ask, like, what you think about, like, the difference in, especially the mindset, right? Of going into a best of 7 where you're thinking, hey, lose 1 or 2, we can always come back, right? And that's probably what Godfathers were thinking. To now a best of 3 scenario where you drop 1 game and it's match point.
Obviously, everything seems just a little bit closer. Like the finish line just seems that much closer as well. Everything just seems a little bit more real. It's like, oh, we're about to get the end of the series. But more importantly than that, it's not just a best of 3. It's a best of 3 where you just gave up 2 games in a row if you're Pinnacle, and if you're Godfathers, you just won 2 games in a row. Let alone just put an 8-2 like absolute beating down onto Pinnacle. So you win a game 8-2, you lose a game 8-2. Your mentals after that are going to be pretty opposite. And so if you're Godfathers, you're looking pretty solid going into this best of 3. But at the same time, there's always that that ship. Maybe that's that voice talking on your shoulder, thinking, hey, you lose this next one and it's game point, and you never know. So there's always that thought in the back of your head about losing this next game. But man, after going, absolutely thrashing the Pinnacle, you win 8-2. That voice gets a lot quieter compared to the Pinnacle voice that's saying, hey, you're about to lose 3 in a row and be on match point. It's a lot scarier on that end. So if I'm Pinnacle here, Mealy, my mental is just a little bit worse, a little bit. You're just feeling everything a little bit more surreal right now. And if you're Godfathers, you're kind of just trying to ride that momentum. Well, obviously, we did reset the lobby, so sometimes momentum can get a little shifted, but these guys are looking too good for a momentum to matter to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking as well, like after those first 2 games, Godfathers really, did some damage on Pinnacle to maybe bring them back down to earth a little bit. And just the opposite, like I said, with Godfathers, I mean, going, down 2 games and then bringing it back, that's got to be such a great feeling. You would think that maybe they'd be able to ride this momentum. And, if I was a betting man, I would say that Godfathers might take this game and, continue to ride that momentum. Now, if I'm Pinnacle here, I got to do I'd be, trying to do everything that I can to absolutely shut down that momentum. And I know we brought up physicality multiple times during this series, but if there's any time to start demoing, especially on, clearing out, like now is the time to really, try to get in the opponent's heads.
It all is mental, and we can talk all we want, Mealy, but it's whoever performs on the field is what matters, We're going to see who is able to do that here in Game 5, starting out with a good dunk. A team bump, though, from Pinnacle. Not going to allow Monster to get to that ball first. Phoenix racing to the corner. Not able to pick up the boost, just has to get the clear. That ball popped up high by Logan, who had Zin on the backboard. Kratos couldn't get a touch, as Xenix going to try to drop it down, not able to make the touch either. These two teams already starting off strong as Phoenix. Monster, not a lot of boost. Monster takes it from him, gets the flick over one, tries to get a flick over another, but Xenix with the shot. That one going in. No, Kratos able to make the save. Phoenix now trying to get the follow, but Logan with a great dunk, and Zin is there with the shots, and the offense from Godfathers, it hasn't stopped. Already getting a goal here in the first 40 seconds.
It looks like Godfathers are going to strike first yet again, and this has been kind of a consistent trend that we've been seeing here. Now, last time I did ask, are they going to be able to hold this lead? And as we, all saw, that resulted in like an absolute beatdown. But the question now I'm going to ask is, like I said before, is what's Pinnacle going to do? How are they going to answer?
That is kind of the question on everyone's mind. Their defense seems to be a little bit lost. Their boost always seems to be a little bit low. Definitely difficult to play the game when you can't even boost. It is one of the most important parts of this game. So these guys, they gotta find a way to get an offense going. But right now, it has been all Godfathers and a couple counterattacks coming out from Pinnacle, but that's about it. Monster now trying to see if he can get some damage done. That ball floating high. Xenix just has to put it off his own ceiling as Logan is able to get the clear. Monster keeps that ball in the Godfather's half. Phoenix with a good 50, but Logan already there with Zen as well, helping him out. Monster puts that ball high, tries to get another 50. That ball bouncing straight down. Kratos in the air. He can be so dangerous. Xenix off the back wall. Kratos with the 50. He gets the flip reset off the ground. You never see it coming, but there he is scoring the goal.
Oh my goodness, Flip, what a goal. Gets a crazy good block off the defender and also gets the reset on the ball at the same time and using that reset perfectly to beat that next defender back. That is probably one of the best goals I've seen so far in this postseason, and arguably that could be contender for goal of the year, I'm not going to lie.
Goal of the season, definitely a contender. Kratos could have just brought life back into this Pinnacle's team. Godfathers, they got to try to shut him down immediately. Zed looking to do just that, but Phoenix able to get the long clear. Now Logan looking for the double off his own back, or off his own pass from the sidewall. Not able to get through, but Phoenix still looking for that chance. Monster now waiting downfield, takes it to the wall, gets free jumped on, but he's still first one there. Off the ceiling, he jumps. Now he's going for the bump on Logan. No teammate of his is able to follow it up, but Logan now looking for a pass. He gets it, but not able to get it back to the midfield as Phoenix is able to get the clear, but Monster able to jump, but Logan already up there, getting the block. Kratos now give him time on the ball. It can be dangerous, but Xenix gets him red immediately. It's a shot, not in, but Logan with the read off the post. I don't know how that goes in, but Logan sure does, and he's able to put it away.
Yeah, I don't even really know why Logan was exactly where he was, but you know what? It works out, and he's in the perfect spot. Like, you can't complain if it works. That was a very critical goal here for Godfathers to put him back in the lead by one. I would love to start seeing Pinnacle here, start using each other as a team more. We saw that incredible Kratos goal, and it was all pretty much him. It was some crazy good solo play. But it seems like they've been, having some team miscues, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and another miscue could have resulted in a good goal there, but Kratos was last man back. Now he's able to get a long clear, and Xenix just barely able to get a touch on it. Phoenix now looking for a pass over to Monster. Monster with a nice touch, going for the double, and he's not able to put it away. Kratos, though, he is able to slot it through, and Kratos arrives right when you need him. A good pass and a good team play from the other two, but Kratos, the finisher, able to tie up this game.
And this is exactly what I was hoping to see. You see a great pass into a beautiful double tap to keep the ball in front of the net, and Kratos there to finish it off. That's a great use of each other as a team, and a very important goal to tie it back up here.
Xenix now looking for his teammates, but it's going to be met by Monster. Able to get that clear. Zen still being annoying as ever, trying to get that ball back into the Pinnacle half. Xenix now, good 50 in the corner. Logan able to get it past a lot, but Phoenix able to get the demo. As now Zen, just a little pop shot. Xenix demoing Kratos, so Kratos couldn't jump for that ball as Logan tries to pass it back mid. Phoenix, long clear. Monster, not a lot of boost. He can't jump for this ball, so Xenix gets a free flip reset, but Kratos is able to make the save. Now Logan with the shot again. Kratos gets the save, trying to get the follow, and he does. Really good 50 there. Xenix popping up, trying to pass it over to Logan. Logan able to beat out Phoenix as well. Logan now looking for a pass towards the mid as Monster gets a long clear. Phoenix looking for a touch, pops that one up high. Zen, first man there. Not a lot of boost to work with anymore, just has to get a 50, but Xenix is able to take it from him. A minute remaining on this clock, and this game is tied. It feels like Godfathers have had control for a while. They're looking prone to score, but the defense has held on strong from Pinnacle. Now Monster looking for a counterattack. Gets a demo on one. Kratos couldn't get the follow-up touch. Logan's touch bounces back mid. Phoenix gets beat out. Logan not going to be there. He's going to leave it for Zin. Zin and Logan, they combine. Logan getting some bumps. He passes it. But the miscue, and this could lead an open net for Kratos. Logan's racing back. Can he get there in time? He gets the save. Zin able to get there as well. 30 seconds remaining. Zin over one. No teammate there. Phoenix has to pop it high. Phoenix is able to get the follow-up touch. Now he's looking for Zin in the midfield. Zin doesn't have a boost. He's still able to get a touch pass one. Off the backboard, Kratos has to get the clear. Logan to the sidewall. Phoenix with the long clear. Both Phoenix and Zin are back in time. Logan was going for the redirect, but Monster shuts that one down. This ball is still dangerous, though, in the Pinnacle territory. Logan, he's going to look for the backboard. That ball is going to fall, and this is overtime. Although, I'm not going to lie, Mealy, I thought one of these teams was scoring.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure back and forth and a lot of different miscues and just a lot of great play there. I'm sure that both of these teams are actually, having a sigh of relief to be able to have 2 seconds to catch their breath. As it looks like Sen's going to slap the ball in the bottom left corner to give the Godfathers the 1-game lead, putting them in match point. That's 3 in a row now, isn't it?
That is 3 in a row, and the mental has to be crushed. Kratos, he battled back. Phoenix, Monster, they were there, and that ball was just, it was an open net, and it was just close enough for Logan to be able to reach it. And man, Mealy, Pinnacle call their timeout. I think they could have called it sooner, but they had some time with the server reset, but now they just lost 3 games in a row. This game score was 3-2. The series score 3-2. Kratos, he was able to get a couple goals there, but man, this Pinnacle team, they look so close, but this Godfathers team stepped up.
Yeah, stepped up indeed. This is extremely impressive to see from the Godfathers who, maybe some people could have counted them out after the first 2 games. I'll tell you what, though, there's 3 people on that Godfathers team who never counted each other out, even after going, losing Logan to connection and dropping 2 games there. They actually ended up, taking that, turning it around, and using that's a little buff of their own. Now, I mean, it's been kind of the story, with each individual game, with them scoring a goal or 2 and then holding on to the lead. Now, we're going to be talking about the broader, concept here of now they're up one game, and it's match point here, series point. So, can they hold on to that? Can they score one more? And as I said, did anyone tell them it was timeout? Because they're starting to try to join the lobby a little bit early.
Yeah, no, they knew, but Pinnacle, they had the answers. I think they were able to string together a couple great plays, and there was a goal scoring opportunity because Zen blocked the shooting, the shot from Xenix. Like Xenix just plowed Zen into the Pinnacle net. But Logan was able to race back in time, but Kratos could have just shot the ball in the open net. I don't know if he panicked. I don't know if that ball was shootable or not, but it felt like it was, and Logan was actually able to pre-jump the shot that Kratos was able to make, and so you were that close, literally a second away. Maybe one better shot. If Kratos is able to get a better clear, he's able to put that ball away, but it doesn't matter, because now it is all Godfathers. It's all Godfathers' court. They are the ones who have that ticket for the grand final right in front of them. They just need to win one more game. Monster trying to help him out with an early goal. As Xenix is going to slot that one away, but Monster just makes a critical error here at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, this is that common theme we were talking about, and this is exactly where the best separate themselves from the greats. Are you going to, go down and, lose to a team that ended up getting 4 back on you after going up 2, or are you going to do something about it? Are you going to put the team on your back? Who's going to be that player? Who's going to be the hero? We're going to have 4 minutes and 45 seconds left to find out.
And trying to find a pass to Logan, but not going to come through, so Zen's just going to jump from behind the ball to keep that ball on the Pinnacle half, buy his teammates some time. Xenix pops that ball up high, gets it past 1. Phoenix able to get back to it, though. Kratos down trying to find his teammate, but it's just going to go over to Logan, who passes it over to Xenix. Logan's going to get the follow-up. Monster able to get the save, preventing a 2-0 lead early. Maybe not. Zen going for the backflip on the shot. Not going to happen there. Logan, flip reset. Phoenix able to get back in time. A pop there, but Xenix gets a good bump. Zen continues to put this ball in the Pinnacle half, not letting them have any time to breathe. Logan already up in the air. Xenix trying to follow it up. Logan going for the demo, but that great 50 from Xenix drops the ball right in front of the net, and another great 50 from Zen. These 50s are so heavily in favor, and another good demo allows Xenix to try to get a pass, but Logan wasn't there for that one. Logan instead gets a good 50 for that ball over to Kratos, trying to get the clear. Monster gonna try to give it back to him. A little bit of miscommunication here on the side of Godfathers, but Xenix still able to get there in time. Now he gets a long clear to the backboard. Phoenix barely able to get a touch. Kratos tries to pop it over one, and he does. Logan, though, first one to that ball, hits it off the sidewall. Phoenix, no boost to work with, has to get a flick. No, he's gonna play a low 50 as Xenix makes a good one, but Kratos is able to get the counter. Logan not able to get there, and Kratos, the savior, able to tie up this game.
It's been Kratos all series long for Pinnacle. Puts a great shot in the bottom left corner, just out of reach of Logan there. That is exactly what Pinnacle needed to keep themselves alive.
The Wonder Kid strikes again. He has been an amazing player. I'm pretty sure for his entire Nemesis career, I'm pretty sure he has like 6 all-star appearances. That man has just been a menace no matter what league he plays in. He's showing up here in the semifinal. He's trying to go back-to-back in Titan. Can he do it? He's got to get past the Godfathers twice. And with that good shot, he almost got past Logan in the defense, but it still remains Godfathers, or in Godfathers half. Pinnacle now trying to make that play happen. Monster going to the backboard, going for the double. He's going to drop it down to Kratos. Kratos shot. Not going to go through Xenix. But Phoenix is able to get another pass mid. Logan able to get a touch high above his own half. Oh, but Kratos' touch is going to go back to Monster. Xenix had that shot blocked, though, and now the counter could start to ensue. But Xenix' touch is backwards. This could be a great opportunity for Kratos, but Zen was able to be there first. Logan gets 50 by Phoenix. Monster's there for the shot, and he slots it away. And Pinnacle have taken their first lead in what feels like forever.
Yeah. Are we about to see another insane ending to yet another Titan playoff match? I'm sure both these teams understand what's at stake here at this semifinals, especially the Godfathers, who we, said before, are representing the Sloth Squad. Or the quick answer by Sin.
Wow, really good touch here from Logan to let Zen follow that up. But if you are Pinnacle, you just cannot be falling for that kind of thing. It's not a great shot, but he just plays it to beat the man that's challenging, and your last man just not in the right position. You got to be a little bit more patient. You got to not rush things. Yeah, Forbidden Temple in Spirit. You're not wrong, as this is Game 6. On the Game 6 map is Forbidden Temple, but this one instead just has to be Game 6 shenanigans anyway. That's a great pass from Logan. Xenix not able to find the shot, though. Would have been a highlight reel for the ages. Zen now trying to find his teammate Logan. He's not able to, as one of the Pinnacle's defenders was able to get a touch. Now Monster trying to get a pinch clear. Xenix 50. Kratos as demo comes through, and Monster with 0 boost, still able to get to that ball. Logan keeping that ball close to his chest, trying to find a 50. It's going to be Zen, though. 50 and Kratos. Zen, no boost to work with either. Phoenix just able to get a touch over him, but Xenix is right there. Monster getting a clear over one, but Logan's still there. Godfathers have taken full control of this midfield, full possession of the boost, and it results in a goal for them taking the lead.
Yeah, you can just sense that it was just a matter of time. They were controlling the boost, they were controlling possession. They were just pretty much in that offensive third for like a whole minute. It was just a simple matter of time. And unfortunately, like I said, there was the 2 Pinnacle defenders there who were just caught with absolutely no boost left, and the ball was put perfectly above them to be able to give the Godfathers another 1-goal lead again.
1-goal lead, 1 minute remaining. Phoenix gonna try to stop that right now. What a shot! He reads that from a century ago, and he ties up this game.
Flip, man, we gotta stop doing this. I feel like every time we mention something, another goal gets scored. And I was gonna say something too. I was thinking like about a minute ago, I was like, man, I feel like they play for like a minute and a half, and then it's like back-to-back goals. They just answer back-to-back. And then they play another, minute, and then a goal happens, and then a kickoff goal. I thought we were about to say another one.
Almost a kickoff goal, as you say. It could be a goal right here, though. Oh, what a save. Kratos and Monster combined for that one. Zen still trying to be annoying. He has a teammate midfield, Phoenix. He's able to get a touch, but Phoenix still able to get a piece of that ball. Kratos' touch is going to get met by Zen off the ceiling, and Monster pops that ball up high. Logan already had him red though, and so Kratos, he's gonna say it's my turn now. Watch how a master goes to work. That 50 gonna be won by Xenix though, and he's able to get another touch. Monster with control, pops it over one. Gets a nice touch. Can he get the flip reset? No, Logan's gonna have the 50 on him, but Kratos for the shot gets 50 by Zen. Xenix tries to pop it over one. Logan gets beat out. A good demo from Kratos, as Phoenix was looking for a pass but doesn't make contact. Now Kratos able to get the follow-up. That's not a good touch from Xenix. That ball floating mid. Nobody in time as Pinnacle now looks for their last opportunity of regulation. Maybe not, as Kratos, he gets bumped though. Monster with the shot. Gets how? Xenix was there. He was in net, but that ball sneaks through, and we're going to game 7.
How? I know you asked, but I also how? I feel like that gets saved like 9.5 out of 10 times. That's definitely, I'm sure, a mistake that I know is really hurting. Who was it that was back? Xenix?
Yeah, that was.
And after such a great game by Xenix too, oh man! But like I said, with the best players like this, I'm sure they know how to not let a mistake like that affect them going forward.
Nah, my mental's cooked after that one. Not.
Mine would be too.
I'm shocked. Nah, the series is over at that point. Xenix dropping. If I'm Xenix, I'm dropping 78 points max. Maybe one shot. That's about it. You're not getting much out of me in Game 7 here. But hopefully he's got stronger mental than I do. So he's got to bounce back, man. You can't let your season end like that. They allow Pinnacle to force a Game 7. Pinnacle seem to get some life underneath them, headed by Kratos. And now they need one more game. Champions Field. Might have been on that field last time, because that was an absolute banger of a game, but now it's actually Game 7. We've got some incredible names of the Nemesis League here in Titan, now trying to fight for that grand final spot, as Phoenix is going to try to make the first goal happen here. Not a lot of boost to work with, so Xenix has to clear it off his own side, while Zen trying to make a good 50, make a solo play happen. Kratos with a good touch, Kratos with the follow. Can he get the double? No, it's just off the post and out. Kratos didn't have the boost to get to it, but now the counterattack could be lethal. Kratos is already back though. Pops that ball high. Logan had that one red. Monster tries to take control of that ball. Does launch far, but he's still able to get back to it. No pass mid though. Zen and Xenix combine for the stop. Now Phoenix gets a fake on one, gets a pass out to Kratos.
What a save!
Xenix with the makeup save there. Able to not let that first goal of Game 7 go in, but already some insane offense comes through. Monster's touch was just not on target. We're already a minute into this game being leaded. Both these teams are looking primed to score, but right now Pinnacle seems to have the advantage. Could be Godfather's turn now. Not gonna happen this time. These teams are so lethal. No matter who's on the ball, it's anybody's chance. But immediately, both these teams have not broken through quite yet. Who do you think is gonna break through first here in Game 7?
I mean, if I had to take a guess, just based off how all the other games went, my guess is going to be Godfathers are going to end up scoring first, even though Xenix had that unfortunate miscue at the end of the last game in overtime. I think, obviously he made up for it with that incredible save not too long ago. I still think that Godfathers are still going to be the team that ends up scoring first. Now, I did want to mention, though, as well, we talked about nerves potentially in a semifinals match. Now, that is amplified at least 100-fold, as now we are in a Game 7 again. It seems like all these Titan matches I feel like have been insane, or Game 7s, which I guess is a treat more for us as viewers and casters. But yeah, it's going to be whoever ends up making the first huge mistake. Is there going to be someone that is going to be able to capitalize on that?
That is the question. Who's going to make that mistake, and who can capitalize? Who can get that first goal? Because once that happens, I feel like the floodgates might start opening. But neither of these teams want to give up that first one. Logan trying to make it happen. Kratos saving the day that time. Zen couldn't get there in time, didn't have the boost. Logan still keeping this ball in play, tries to pass it over to Xenix. Kratos again, diamond across the net, able to make another great save. Phoenix with the clear, no boost to get the follow. Monster gets the 50. Kratos already there, gets it past 2. Going for the demo on Logan, and he gets it, but Xenix is able to get back to it in time. A good 50 again. Monster's there. Back over to Phoenix. Phoenix looking for the pass, but 2 players from Godfathers stop him in his tracks. Now Xenix trying to find a clear, but not much happening there. It's Monster with a little boost. Monster with a little time. Monster with the shot. It was high, but Logan's also able to clear it away. Phoenix's touch looms in the midfield, but Logan's going to be the only one there to answer that one. Zen not able to get a touch off that clear. Monster now. Time boost, but no one expected Zen off the ceiling there. He just kind of popped up out of nowhere there as Kratos now has an opportunity for a shot. Logan, once again, making that save. He's such a great defensive wall, able to keep this Godfather's team tied up at 0-0. Neither of these teams are giving an inch right now. Kratos trying to force that inch open. Xenix had him stopped though. Phoenix off the corner, goes for the double, not able to make it happen. Logan pops that ball up high. Can be dangerous, but Monster not able get there in time. Kratos pops that ball up high once again. Zen has to get the clear. That ball off the backboard. Zen trying to get the follow. Phoenix with a nice touch in. Monster with some good bumps. Phoenix could not beat out Logan. Kratos with the shots. Nobody on Godfathers have boosts. And Pinnacle are continuing this attack. Phoenix looking for the bump. Monster looking for the shot. Not going through. A minute left. This game
60
is
seconds
still
left on the clock.
0-0. Godfathers have been on the back foot, Mealy, but now it seems like it's their chance to attack.
Yeah, just from what we've been watching, I'm just shocked.
Saved by the keeper. Magnificent goal.
Kratos, the man, the myth, the legend, he does it again by himself. Gets a perfect block from Logan in a slow rolling ball that unfortunately Xenix cannot get back in time to. Is that how your season is going to end, Godfathers? You have 49 seconds to make some magic happen.
Winners find a way to win, and this
lovely
kid
header.
will not be denied. Kratos, he is looking to go back to back. He needs a grand finals appearance to make that happen, and he is doing everything in his power to make that possible. Now Logan trying to stop that immediately with a
Sensational
great
goal.
pass from Xenix, and this game is tied. We are not done yet.
Godfathers quite literally just said, no, we're not going down without a fight. We are not going to lose because of a 50. What a passing play. That was exactly what they needed. 30 seconds left. Tie
30
game.
seconds
Is
left on the
another
clock.
overtime looming?
Or is it going to be a kickoff goal, which Godfathers will have able to score so many. Pinnacle would hate to go out that way, though, as Phoenix now trying to get that game-winning goal. Whoever scores this goal is the hero of their team. And Xenix now trying to be the one to make that happen. Not going to happen there. Zen trying to continue this pressure, but Kratos with a great 50. Racing back is Logan. Logan off his own side ball. Not a great touch there. Free shot here for Phoenix. That ball goes high. Xenix did great though. That ball looming. Floating, but still kept alive and out of the net. Kratos though.
What a set! And we're into
By
overtime.
Xenix, and we have overtime in Game 7. What else could you ask for, Mealy?
I can't do this, man. This is too much. Both these teams have been playing insane. I don't want either of them to lose. I feel like both of them deserve a place in the grand
What
finals.
a play.
Who will come out on top? That's what the biggest question is. Logan doesn't get a touch there, but it's fine because no one from Pinnacle expected that. Zen, no boost, still gets a great 50. Kratos gets it past one, looking to get the rebound, but Zen's able to get a long clear over Phoenix and Monster's head. Xenix is there waiting, gets a one touch, tries to get a follow-up, but instead it's going to be Logan. Monster's going to answer. Monster, zero boost, still going all the way downfield. He's able to get another touch, but he leaves it for Kratos, who gets dumped. A good demo from Logan as well, as Phoenix to the corner. Logan able to pop that ball high. Phoenix's
What
shot
a save!
taken away by Monster. Phoenix panicked. Did not have to rush that touch, but still a long clear now. That ball launched once again off the backboard from Logan. Zen shot gonna get saved by Monster. Off the corner though, can't be dangerous. Phoenix clears it to his own corner. A little team bump. Now Kratos is able to get a clear, but Logan still that defensive rock. Been the third man that's so reliable while still being a lethal shooter. Keeps Godfathers in the offensive half. Xenix's shot not quite there. The pinch was trying to come through. Not gonna happen though. Zen, time on the ball. He can be deadly. Lethal shooters in coming through. The 50 coming down. But a great stop there from Phoenix. Xenix now trying to get the 50, but could be overcommitted here. Logan passes it over to Monster. Monster couldn't get a touch. Now Logan over to Xenix. Xenix just able to get a touch on that to the corner, but Phoenix able to get a long clear. Zin's able to answer it though. Monster down to Phoenix. Phoenix pops it high. Logan doesn't have boost. Xenix is able to make the save. Minute 45 in. Kratos not able to get a pass through. Phoenix able to get a touch. Gets a flip reset. Zin's shot not gonna be a great one, as that save was not great, as Kratos couldn't get a good shot either. But Logan on the counter, so deadly is the save from Phoenix comes through. Xenix pops that ball up high. We're 2 minutes in. Nobody seems to want to give up now. Their season on the line. Monster trying to be the hero of that ball. Gets absolutely dunked on though. Xenix trying to get a pass to that ball over Zin's head. Has to clear it to his own backboard. He has enough boost to barely get that 50, but that ball goes long. Can anybody follow it? Logan not able to get a touch. Kratos no boost to work with. Leaves it for Monster, who just kind of gets the ball away. As Kratos now continuing the pressure. That ball high off the backboard. Phoenix, the one with the shot. Can he get the double? No, he leaves it for Kratos. Not able to get through once again. Almost 3 minutes into this overtime. Nobody seems to give up a free shot at all. It could be Logan here though. That ball bouncing high once again. And Melee, these teams, they are just so persistent on offense and defense, and nobody is trying to overcommit. These two teams, they need to find a way through, but nobody able to do it quite yet.
Yeah, I know you need to take a break, but don't pass it off. I don't want this to end. I just feel like the way we've been going, it's just if we pass it off, then someone's going to end up scoring in the next 20 seconds. As we said, as Xenix puts a nice shot on target there. And saved away, though. Kratos going to follow it up. This is insane. The amount of, like, incredible plays that I've seen that I feel like would go in most times is just absolutely nuts. These guys are, like, not letting anything go in whatsoever, and they're leaving it all on the field.
This game is going to be decided by one of the worst goals you will ever see, or one of the best goals you will ever see. There's no in between. It could be a ball. This comes through, but Xenix is still able to make the save. You cannot stop him, even if he's just a ghost. Zin was racing to get that 50 on Kratos, but a good 50 it was from Kratos. As Xenix now doesn't have the boost, but he's still able to get the bump. Now Zin trying to get it past one, but Monster was already there. Xenix trying to be annoying, but Kratos puts that ball high. Monster's up there. Logan already able to meet him, though. Xenix goes for the boost. Gets stuck by Kratos. Zin has to pop that ball high. Can he get another touch? No. Phoenix's touch off the backboard. Monster not able to finish. Now Xenix with time gets a flick over one. Logan not boost. So Monster's able to make it to save. Monster now looking for the counterattack. These two teams realize they have almost played a whole nother Rocket League match. And this game will not end anytime soon. It feels like Monster not able to get a shot there. Logan, no boost. That ball over to Kratos, but Zin on the backboard waiting. Monster now looking for a pass mid. That could be an overcommit as Logan had the first touch, but still, Kratos already back. Zin downfield. Is that in? Finds the corner. A great shot. And 4.5 minutes decide Game 7. And it's going to be Godfathers making their Grand Finals appearance and hoping for their first org championship.
Going to need a tune-up after that.
Oh my goodness. I know you were saying, I was thinking to myself in my head too. I was like, you know, we were in Game 7. We were actually in Game 8, almost getting to Game 9 at that point. Oh, that was just absolutely insane of an effort from both Pinnacle and Godfathers. What an incredible series all around. The amount of plays that different players hit, both solo plays and team plays, was super exciting to watch. Ultimately, Godfathers ended up prevailing. And actually, yeah, they ended up bringing it back after going down two games and, you know, having that, Logan disconnect there. Who knows? Maybe that was the turning point. It seemed like maybe it was. But holy man, another treat in yet another Titan playoff match.
Man, these semifinals for the Titans, both Game 7, both absolute thrillers. But this one might have taken the cake. However, only one team was able to prevail. It was the Godfathers, and they are now set to face Venganza in our first official grand final. That has been confirmed. Actually, I'm wrong. Sorry. Prospect also was able to finish their semifinals, but Titan is now confirmed. So we will see who will win that Titan grand final. But first, we have a couple more semifinals to get to. So this was just the first one of the night. Do not go anywhere. Stick around because we have some great games coming up. And Mealy, it was a pleasure casting with you, but it is time for us to head out here and hopefully see some more great semifinal action later today.
Yeah, hopefully so, especially considering I'm the one playing in the next one. So hopefully all goes well. And like I said, it was a pleasure to be here with you as well. This was, an insane series to be able to witness. The second one, it's the second time I've, casted, and the second time it's ended in absolute insanity. So yeah, I'm, looking forward to, the future and to see what the rest of this playoffs, adds in store. And yeah.
Alrighty, yeah, we will be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you very soon.